So I want to talk for a second about air compressors. A lot of people don't know that air compressors over time not only build up pressure, but build up condensation and moisture. And if you're not draining the moisture out of your air compressor, then the water sits inside the air compressor and eventually begins to rust. And after it rusts, it becomes a serious hazard to you and any guest that might be using that compressor. Say it's for a game or for associates to blow up balls in a back area somewhere. If that water sits in there and it begins to rust, it becomes hazardous because rust means that the metal thins. And if the metal thins, you could have a blowout. And an air compressor exploding is much like a hand grenade. It can seriously hurt somebody or even cause somebody to get killed. So draining the water and the moisture out of your air compressor is very important. If it's used super often, I would drain it like once a week, maybe every 2 weeks. And if it's something that barely ever cuts on, it's really not something you have to worry about, maybe monthly. Just give it a check. So every air compressor is going to be different how you drain it, but they all are going to have some sort of drain valve. All of which I will gladly show you now. So for this guy, for example, he came out of my Jurassic Park machine, and I replaced him with a Home Depot compressor. He just kept tripping the breaker. I'm not sure what was going on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pop him on to fill, and here's going to be your drain spout. Here, as you can see, I've already drained some of the moisture out of there, but we're going to keep going with it, and we're going to lean it forward, and we're going to hit the test button right here. So once you've drained all the liquid and moisture out of your compressor, I would advise the best thing to do before you dump it is to look at it very thoroughly and make sure that there's no little symbols of rust flakes or anything like that that could give you cause to think that rust might be growing inside of the tank itself. So as you can see here, we've got our water from that particular compressor. I'm not seeing anything notably dangerous to tell me, hey, there could be an issue with structural integrity inside the tank. So this one should be good. And now we're going to go look at the little Home Depot rigid 6-gallon air compressor that I keep inside of my Jurassic Park game. And we're going to go drain that guy. I'm going to show you how. Well, shit. Let's get to it. So this is my air compressor in my Jurassic Park machine. I swapped out the one that was in there for the back of house because it kept tripping the breaker. Notice I've got the little drainage valve right here. So I have it facing the back of the game so that I can kind of pull it out and drain it. And we're going to use this same Lexan container to drain it. We're just going to put it down behind the game. We're going to lift that compressor out to where the drain valve goes over the Lexan container, and we're going to drain it. Now it can be loud, so just bear with me. And I do have the compressor turned off, so it's not building more pressure. We want what pressure's in there to drain it. If you feel like there could be more moisture inside of your tank, I would definitely let the compressor stay on for a second while you drain it. That way you make sure that pressure can push the moisture out. And if you think that that's everything, then you're good to go. You close that valve, and then you can turn your compressor back on, and you're good to go. And once again, we're just going to kind of look around in that water, make sure there's nothing alarming in there. I think there's just some fuzz and dust in there. I'm not seeing any rust flakes or anything alarming. So I think that compressor's good to go for at least like another week, and I'll drain it again next Monday. I'd love to start making more videos on tech repairs, different things about specific fixes with the games. But I do work at an arcade, and it is a corporate arcade, and I'm worried about HR cracking down on me about proprietaries and whatnots and what have yous. Definitely don't want to lose my job over trying to make tech tips, although I wish I could just record everything that I come across. Sometimes that's really what you need, is just a how-to video on the exact thing that you're dealing with. Unfortunately, that's not how the world works, and I don't have my own arcade. So, well, shit. We'll see you next time.